Hello, Salem family and friends. Pastor Rob here, trying out new things in the coronavirus and all the related issues, forcing us all to try new things, do new things. We'll be doing new things for some foreseeable future, different things for the foreseeable future. One of the ways that affects us is how we gather for worship. So we're trying out with this live stream technology to do that, capability of doing that, using God's resources for all those purposes. One of the main ways that the restrictions will affect us is how we gather for worship on Sundays. So what you'll see is that we obviously won't gather all together on Sunday for worship. We won't have the normal gathering, Sunday school, and all those various things, certainly not worship. But we will gather at the normal time, 10:15 on Sunday, to live stream at least the message. We're working on different ways to gather up in smaller groups, smaller than small, and still join together and replicate the gathering. What we do want to continue to work on is to remind ourselves that we love one another and we want to serve one another in the body of Christ. We want to maintain as many of those habits of gathering, of Sabbath, rest, and work cycle as we can. So I'll be continuing to prepare as normal during the week for a Sunday message. So I'll physically be in the pulpit or somewhere close on Sunday to deliver a message so I can maintain that habit. We encourage you to maintain all those habits as much as possible as well, and we'll be giving you more instructions about how to do that in the future. Right now, we'll be streaming here for the sermon on Sunday morning on Facebook. There'll also be a YouTube channel, possibly. Just keep posted for, keep alert to updates on those technical aspects. You should have received an email that explains some of the other aspects we need to continue to give and continue to function as normally as possible. We give you options for that. Check the church website as well, and there'll be links posted in various places. So we want to keep loving one another, looking out for one another, serving one another. We don't know how long this disruption in our normal activity will last, but we want to keep functioning as the church as much as possible, not recoiling into our hole, but continuing to, in some way, reach out and showing the love of Christ, not only to those in our faith family, but to the world as well. So continue to pray those things we've talked about as what we want to call on the Lord to do during this time, to magnify himself and to glorify himself through his church, through his people, so that Christ is exalted. So continue to do those things. Also, what you can do to help us, if you're watching here, I can't see the comments as you're posting how we're set up right now, but you can give feedback on how this is working for you, whether you're able to sign in and see and hear and all those things to help us get ready for the worship live stream. Also, we want to maintain contact, so I'll probably be doing some daily or close to daily post, either on the Salem site or my personal site, probably the Salem site, to talk about the scriptures, talk about what's going on with the coronavirus, how we can behave as a church in the midst of it. So stay tuned and stay in communication. Don't forget one another, and continue to call on Christ to be with us, to supply us with his Spirit and grace in order to demonstrate the love of God to the world.